and welcome to Sit Down Heaux. Let me talk to you real quick. I'm your host, Christin, on Afrovibes TV. I can barely contain my excitement today because the universe is conspiring in my behalf, and I reached out to Brian to see if he would grace me with his wonderful presence, and he said yes. So I would like to introduce you guys to my guest for the week, Brian. All of you know him from the very popular show, Pop the Balloon, where he came on there and made several viral moments. So this is something that is a great opportunity for me to be able to bring something that's so relevant with the topics of dating and relationships and preferences and talk with someone who has made a big splash. So welcome to the show, Brian.
How you doing? Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm doing great. I want to let y'all know Brian is so nice. And he smells so good. Like, he smells very expensive, and I'm here for all of that, okay? Just in case anybody was wondering.
Thank you.
So, since Pop the Balloon, what's been the biggest change in your life?
The biggest change in my life, I think, has been, the fame, really, right? Whenever I'm out, people see me, they notice me, they come up to me. It doesn't matter if it's daytime, nighttime, they're going to notice me. Sometimes I'm hiding, honestly, because I don't want to be seen, right? So I understand that this fame life for people and why they always never want to be seen or something like that. But it's fine. It's totally fine. I've made a lot of friends from all over the world, right? I wrote a book. So my book here, The Perfect Match, that's what came out of that. So being viral is real, and I see why people try to risk their lives every day to do it.
Exactly. Well, that like, I'm telling you, like, if I were to see you out somewhere in the streets, I probably would run up to you and be like, I'm from the ghetto. That was like one of my favorite taglines from you on the show, when you were letting people know just like, this is who I really am, you know? Yeah. And that was just so real and authentic. And I have to say that he's from Louisiana, right? From New Orleans. I'm from Lafayette. So he's literally my homeboy, and it's Mardi Gras season. So it's our time to shine. Okay, my baby? Just to plug that in there real quick.
Right. And since you did say that, I'm going to say, look, we want to give our condolences to the victims of the terrorist attack in New Orleans. Our heart goes out, our gratitude, and we're praying for you, definitely. Our city is really a great city. We have the Super Bowl going on this year as well, along as Mardi Gras. And so we still advise you to come out and still have a good time. That's just something that we couldn't control. Nobody couldn't control it. The FBI is doing their thing with that, but we still invite you to come to New Orleans and have a really good time. But we definitely give our condolences to the family of all those victims.
Yes, and come on down to the Mardi Gras, baby. Laissez le bon temps rouler. We're going to turn up with a hurricane, okay? Yeah. It's New Orleans strong. Ain't nothing ever going to stop people from Louisiana, right?
Right.
Yes, indeed. So it's a great thing. But Houston to Louisiana, like, we're almost merging into one state at this point.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, they call it the new Houston.
Yes, indeed. But the smart ones, we got out. But so when it comes to, like, when you're on the show with Pop the Balloon, the biggest thing that I think that we look at is the different preferences and the different topics that come out, which is why I love to watch the show, because a lot of you hoes mentality is fucked up. And I'm just like, do you really think that way, So one of the biggest moments on your episode that I remember is when you were the gentleman that was picking the ladies, and one of the ladies, she just wouldn't say what her age was, and as a man, I know that you talked about it, but further explain, why is that something that caused you, because that's when you popped her balloon, right? Because when she wouldn't say her age.
Well, my balloon was already popped because she didn't want anyone that had kids.
Oh.
So they were just coming to ask me about, that. But I asked her age, and everything, and she said above 30, right? And that's fine, but I think it was the thing that she was critiquing everybody of their age, and she didn't want to reveal hers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know we're on a dating show, and you're not obligated to tell that, but it's something that you want to be honest with and transparent about so we can know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the only reason, and because and I think in this particular episode we discussed this, it was like older women, right? Between the ages of 35 and 40, which I fit in that age group, right? So I feel like I'm a very relevant person to talk about it. I'm very proud of my age. I'm proud of the way that I look. Due to my age, I'm happy to age gracefully, right? And I want someone to understand who I am as a woman all the way up. So I'm gonna put all of my cards face up so you know what you're getting into. And I think like a lot of women, they just have a problem with just aging and saying that. And like, What's the problem?
Yeah, I mean, and that's something, honestly, that's generational. That's generational. You know what I mean? It's actually generational, and it's not doing women any favors.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's not like you're less valuable because you're in your 30s or 40s.
Not at all.
You know, but I think on a biological level, women know that they're against the clock
Mm-hmm.
with having children, with getting married and everything like that. So it's a very sensitive topic for women. And I understand it. And I talk about that in my book, chapter 3, Stand on That Age, where, you know, women have this clock they're racing against, and that can generate and contribute to their anxiety or stress or whatever, you know. But that's a very topic. It's a topic that, you know, you want to get women to talk about, but they're just kind of, it's touchy. It's touchy for them, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of women think that when they do get older, they lose value, and that's far from the truth.
Yeah, and I mean, it can be like a thing. I understand that it's a personal thing, but when you're going on like a dating platform, you're kind of exposing yourself to those things.
Right.
So I kind of feel like all bets are off once you're going on the internet and saying we have a short period of time to make a decision to see if we can actually connect.
Right.
Like, why are you trying to hold? It's not like I've asked you how many bodies do you have,
Right,
you know,
right.
or asking you very specific religious, political, you know, conversations.
Right.
Bitch, how old is you?
Right.
Like, why is
Right,
that?
right.
If you're going to be difficult with this, if I was a man, I'd be like, if this bitch won't tell me what her age is,
Yeah.
what else is she not going to tell me?
Exactly.
What else is she going to make difficult
Right.
that's a seemingly easy thing to do, right?
Right. And you tend to think like a man, because that's exactly what men thought. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. I'm like, you know, what else are you hiding? You know what I mean? If you just simply not want to tell me how old you are. You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, but it's like a lot of people do say that about me, that I have more of a man's mentality.
Mhm.
And one thing that I always tell people is that, you know, I was raised, you know, with my dad around all the time, my uncles, my brothers, and a lot of men that I respect would always give me a perspective of this is how a man views things, you know? So I'm happy about that. And I think that does add some value to me, because at the end of the day, you know, you just have to understand if you're interacting with someone, well, this is what a woman desires and this is what a man desires, you know?
Right.
So you have to be smart and mature as you get older and do things that are going to be like, okay, well, this is how you do things
Right.
as you advance in life.
Right.
A young person thinks as a young person, but now that I'm mature, older, you know, I need to do things differently, which kind of brings me to another topic. It's like after, you know, you're getting older, maybe when you're a young woman, 20 something years old, you know, you have, you know, maybe more options. You have no children, you got your body, no stretch marks. But as you begin to get older in life, you know, there's things that you're going to have to compromise on and you're going to understand. So there are different levels of like a single woman, right? So do you want to expand a little bit more on that?
Well, you know, women in their 30s or 40s, they know they're in competition with a younger woman. That's just true.
Just facts.
Right. That's just facts. But, you know, I think that, you know, what's for you is for you. You know, it doesn't matter about the age, or it's all about how you feel inside. So if you're a 38-year-old woman and you want a man that's 35 or even 30, then go after that. You know what I mean? Especially if he's courting you. Just because he's 8 years or 10 years younger than you doesn't make him less of a man. You know what I mean? It's psychological with women with dealing with men that's younger than them. They feel like they're not learning anything, you know, so they want a man that's 40, 41 like myself to be able to teach them things or to know that age comes with maturity.
Exactly.
You know, and I talk about that as well in my book too. So.
And as you're talking about psychology, you know, and that's one thing is like you are giving information from the mentality of a man that a lot of women do desire, you know, so you're able to put that psychology into your book and be able to give the game to people like, look, you obviously, I'm someone who's desirable. Obviously, y'all like what I have to say. Obviously, I'm a man who has my stuff together. Me personally, and my opinion matters, that's a high value man. That's a high value man. I told y'all he smells good. He smells expensive. He smells like he's dead free. Is all I'm trying to say. So, you know, if I'm a woman who's really trying, you know, to attract a man, you know, with these qualities, this is the game right here. He's giving me the game right here, you know? So that's something that I want to expand on a little bit more. We're going to take a quick break to go and talk with our sponsors, to pay these bills real quick. And then we're going to get right back into it right here on Sit Down Heaux. Let me talk to you real quick. Welcome back to Sit Down Heaux. Let me talk to you real quick. It's Christin here on Afrovibes TV, and I'm still here with my friend Brian from the very popular show Pop the Balloon. Yes.
y'all doing? How y'all doing? We back.
We back. So before we were before we broke earlier, we were talking about, his book and all the information that's in there. So I want to stop for a moment to let you guys know it's everywhere. You can get it on Google Play, you can get it on Amazon. If you're like me and you're a Barnes and Noble member and you like to go to the store and sit and read all the books, then you can definitely go there and do that as well. So you guys definitely check it out. It is definitely a turn pager, and you guys are going to get a lot of great information, right? So going back into what we were talking about with like dating preferences and everything, one thing that I really want to talk to you about, because the height thing, boy, y'all hoes be pissing me off with that shit. Y'all be looking like Krusty the Clown, Boo Boo the Fool, all wrapped up into one.
Yeah.
While I'm a 5 foot tall woman, right? I'm sorry, how tall are you, Brian?
5'7".
He taller than me.
Mhm.
That man is, I could wear my whole heels and everything, okay? He could probably bench press me. You see, he got some little muscles. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure if somebody gets out of line, I'm pretty sure he can slap them. So I mean, like, what's the problem? I don't understand how a woman who is 5 foot tall can look at a man who is 5'7" and say, "You are too short for me, sir." Mm-hmm. How does that happen?
It's a lot of different variables to that, right? A lot of them feel like if you're not 6 feet up, then you're not man enough, right? And these are the type of women that don't matter, right? They're more so the weak women that think that way. The other set of women want to feel like they walk in there with a trophy to make themselves look better. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's truth as well, but. There's a lot of women that love short men, right? And we're talking specifically tall women, over 6 feet. They love short men because they know big things come in small packages, for one. And the fact that a man's height doesn't determine his value or his net worth, if for that matter, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things where I think that it helps women look better for themselves to walk in with a man that's 6'4" or 6'5". Then it's like, oh, wow, you know what I mean? Like, how did you bag him? So, and that's just some stereotypical type of stuff. Like, that's stereotypical dating. So I try to stay away from women like that because what's for me is for me, right? Yeah. So height doesn't really matter. I mean, especially when it's all determined about what kind of money a man generate and his net worth. So height it never matters. It never matters. And honestly, like, that never happened to me before in real life. So, but on the show, that was a thing.
Bitches and hype happen on the show. They try to do what they do. But the thing is like with me, I would never ever down a man for something he has no control over. Right. Even some women want to complain and talk about a man about, his level of endowment. It's like, are you really going to down someone for the way that God made them? You know what I mean? It's really silly and it makes no sense. And you really should be finding something better to be worrying about besides height, especially which brings another topic, when you 37 years old with 3 baby daddies and overweight.
Right. Now, see, your weight is in your control. You can control that, so if you're 5'3", then what they say, you need to be about 120, 130 pounds. Well, that's what you need to try to really stay at.
And that's exactly me. I'm 5 foot and 115 pounds. My body mass, it all works. Yeah.
Right, petite size.
But that's nothing. My daddy said, "Girl, you can't get too big. You look like a stuffed sausage. You're short for that." Right. I got people in my background.
Yeah, and let me say this too. So the fact that you may be overweight or you're dealing with obesity, that has nothing to do with your value either, right? I just want you to let you know that. Like, it has nothing to do with your value. It has everything to do with how you carry yourself and how you want to see yourself, so get away from the surgery and get in the gym. How about that?
And another thing too is like, all you women want a man that has a great career with money, well-traveled, is going to, take you places and do things for you. You want a man like this to invest in you. But bitch, you won't invest in yourself. You don't take care of yourself. You don't want to grow your hair. A man will be dating you for 6 months, never seen your real hair, right? Never seen you work out, always at Popeyes, never want to cook a clean meal. You know what I'm saying? But then you expect for a man to want to invest in you, but you don't invest in yourself. Yeah. And it's almost it's almost like a mental illness. Yes. For you to think that you can get up, roll out of bed, put on every contraption to make you look small, throw on an ugly ass wig, and that's all you have to do. And you're supposed to walk outside and the man making $150,000 is going to come to save you.
Right. And I love your mindset. I really do. You know why? Because men can't check women. They're not going to listen. They're going to listen from another woman. So when a high value woman like yourself say, no, you hoes Excuse me. But you hoes need to get your mind together. You know what I mean? Y'all need to step it up. Then that's when they start to listen. You know, when it has something to do with a man, if a man say something like that, then he's too immature. He's not man enough to deal with a woman like me. He's not emotionally intelligent. Like all that particular thing comes out. But it has a lot to do with the pain that they're dealing with.
Exactly.
Right? So I mean, and don't let that go over your head, please. Like
some it will, but even with me, I'm not in a relationship. I'm a single woman. I date and I dabble, but there was a gentleman that I casually date. And I literally told him not too long ago, I said, if I'm fucking up, if I'm doing something weird, I'd rather you tell me than these streets tell me. Tell me if you think I'm doing something that makes me look less than, that takes away from my femininity, or when I'm out with you, if I'm not a good representation of you, please let me know these things so I can be the best version of myself, But a lot of women, they don't want to hear that, They
don't want to hear that, they don't want to hear the truth, And the things that I was saying on the show was the truth. And it would have been the same thing that they would have told a man if a man had 3 baby mamas. But since a man, self-proclaimed top tier man, say it, then it's a problem.
That's how it is. But even with me, something that I say all the time, and a lot of women don't like it, but I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm not a baby mama. I'm an ex-wife. And that there's a difference. If me and you are both sitting here and a guy's thinking of who he wants to choose, me with my one son from my last marriage, or you with your 3 kids from your 3 different men, never been married, I'm a better choice. I'm still the prime real estate of a woman for my age group based off of what I have going on. I've worked in the same career 15 years. I take care of myself clearly. I don't care. I will get up and do my Pilates in the morning, and then my son can have breakfast. I'm going to invest in myself first, right? So all these things people naturally see. People naturally understand and recognize these things. And even like when women will say like, oh, I don't ever meet any nice men. All these, I meet lovely men all the time. I meet nice men who treat me with respect, who add value to my life. They may do something for me, maybe in a financial way, but they also do things for me, like as far as teaching me things, helping me grow. A man gave me a book. Hey, read, this is a great thing. You know what I mean? So all these women say, oh, there are no good men out here. But I know I meet them all the time, including, like if I would have been on Pop the Balloon, if you would have popped my balloon, I would have been mad. And then I would have probably sent you a message on the side and said, look, this was for the show. At me. Let me drop my location.
See, so the problem that the problem that's going on with the show is that it's cloud chasers that coming on for the show. They know for sure that they're not really looking for love. That's for one. They know the show has some serious reach, some serious audience. So what they're hoping for is to reap messages, likes, and followers from being on the show. You know what I mean? Or their ideal man going to say, hey, I saw you on Pop the Balloon and hop in a DM. So that's really what it's about, But there are those people such as myself and those women that come on that really was looking for love. You know what I mean? And some of them find it, some of them don't, right? But it's just clout chasing, swipe right generation that's going on, and it is just ridiculous. But if you stay true and authentic to yourself, then what you put out there in the universe, you're gonna manifest, and it's gonna come to you.
Exactly. And that's one thing that I say, you're talking about manifesting and things like that. A lot of these women, I hope that when they go on the show and they get this feedback, they can take that feedback and kind of, learn from it and be able to say, what changes can I make? I got to a point in my life when dating, when I stopped saying, this nigga did this was a problem here, you hurt me. And I'm like, what did I do? What did I do to attract this type of energy? What is it that I'm doing that's not allowing me to have the experiences that I want to have with men? And I started having that Michael Jackson man in the mirror moment, like, bitch, you need to change. And that's when my life changed because of the criticism and things that come out. So I can only hope that people can do those things, but I really do feel like it's going to continue to be, unfortunately, a space where people are going to go on there and clout chase. And like the one thing, like when I get on there, like I remember, I will never forget, because you said that you were an aviation mechanic, right? I've never ever heard nobody else, never ever, and Michael Jackson never ever land, especially not a brother from the city, okay? That says that. So that's a great career. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So whenever you, whenever you do aviation technician, you said that on there, I'm sitting here thinking like, man, this guy like really has some great, things going for him. And I remembered that, and that's the type of thing that like I love to see. Like being able to put people on a platform to say, hey, look, this is an educated brother, like this is somebody that's doing good things and bringing a different light, to the thing. So there are some negative things that are happening with all this, but going back to aviation, like you have a real career and a real job. You get on Pop the Balloon, everybody is a realtor or an entrepreneur.
Right.
But that's entrepreneur in statement. Like what else? What kind of entrepreneur? Exactly. You know, or they're a model, right? Right. And it's completely fake and completely crazy. And anybody who's an entrepreneur that's really an entrepreneur is not going to say I'm an entrepreneur, because how are you going to make money that way? You're going to say I own this business, I do this for a reason, you know. So like, as much as the fake is out there, I'm just so happy that the authentic is there as well, and we can also show Black people on a platform that we're educated and we have careers as well. You know.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that's one of the things people look at they say in the comments and everything, you know, well, what's an entrepreneur? You know, what exactly do you do? Right. And it's very seldom that you might see people that come on that particular show that have real careers, right? Because the audience is going to say, well, if you know, that's such a high value man, then why are you on a dating show? I heard that a lot. You know, and we was talking about that before we started filming today. Well, I'm a man, so wherever that love may be, I'm gonna go find it. You know, and that's what men's supposed to do. So if she's on a dating show and I end up on that same dating show, then she's after the same thing I'm after, and that could be a possible match. Now I didn't match on the show. I was on twice. I was on episode 12 and episode 15, and I didn't match, but what I told the audience during the reunion, because they say, well, how are you going to write a dating book and you didn't get a match on the show? So my response to that was, you know, you don't make every shot you take. You don't get every job you interview for. You know what I mean? And that's just real life.
That's real life.
So, and I would much rather take advice from somebody that took losses than somebody that never took losses.
Hello.
You know, and that's real, right? Real. Because you know both sides of conquering or being defeated. Like, you know both sides. If you're constantly conquering, then you don't know what defeat feels like, and you can't speak on that. So, and that was one of the reasons why I said I'm from the ghetto. I had to let them know I'm from the ghetto. Why? Because everybody's from the ghetto if you're Black. Let's just keep it real. Now, unless your parents are together 30, 40 years and they an engineer, doctor, lawyer, then kudos to you. But most of us in the Black community are from the ghetto, but it's not where you're from, rather where you at.
Exactly. So, but that's very real. Like, I'm in a very rare position to where both of my parents are married and have been for 40 years, and I came up in the suburbs. I'm from Orange County, you know, well, I'm from Louisiana, but grew up in Orange County, California, and like my mom and daddy still married to this day. You know, we always had a very comfortable life. And most people that I know, they just don't have that situation. You know, Black people are not awarded, you know, the same type of opportunities in the past, but now we're Xing all that out, and we building, and we're going to be, you know, building the foundation. So you didn't match on the show. So are you open? Are you dating? Are you seeing people?
I'm dating. I'm not in a relationship yet. I always like to put the yet on it because I'm still looking. You know what I mean? I'm still searching, right?
I might have to highlight him.
You know, and whenever that person come around, you know, that woman come around, then I'm gonna take that serious, and I'm gonna, you know, make sure that I'm the man for her, and she's the woman for me.
Yes, absolutely. It's all a journey. You just take your time and you keep going and putting the effort in. But on the best part of it all, that you're able to be a published author among all the other wonderful things you have done. You guys check him out on social media. He's a very well-versed person. He has so many things going on with him. He wrote this beautiful book, The Perfect Match. So if you hoes like Brian, he wrote this beautiful book, The Perfect Match. So if you hoes like Brian, the first thing you can do to support him is go spend some money, read his book, prove to him that you read it by acting right when you communicate with him. Okay. All right.
I wrote it for anyone that's actually looking for the perfect match. Okay. Like, and the perfect match, someone might say, oh, there's no such thing as the perfect match. There's somebody that's perfect for you. And that's exactly what I mean, right? Find your perfect match. You are a perfect match to some man or to some woman. It's that you have to make sure that you're searching and you're actually taking the initiative to be available on this dating market. Because if not, then how's somebody going to find you at home watching TV or watching me on TV on Pop the Balloon? How are they going to find you? Get out, let your hair down, put your nice dress on, and go be seen by men that's willing to court you properly.
Exactly. Get moisturized, take that wig off and them eyelashes and put on a smile, get a babysitter, and go outside so you can meet wonderful, beautiful, good smelling, high value men like my boy Brian.
That's right. Do that. Do that. And let me tell you this too. I'm gonna say this to women, right? Don't be afraid to be the first one to reach out to a man. Okay. Some men love that. Like I love that. I love when a woman reach out to me to say, "Hey, I'm feeling you." And then if the feelings are mutual, I'll take it from there. But from that moment when she says that, I know she's serious. I know she's serious. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna take it serious. Hopefully, I'm attracted to her like that, and then from there, then it's balloons.
Mm-hmm. But see,
It's
that's
balloons.
the advice. Y'all need to get up off your high horse. Say hello, holla, slide in the DM. That could be the one thing
Shoot your
stopping
shot for
you
sure.
from,
For
being alone
sure.
Saturday night.
A lot of them, they're stopping themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are stopping themselves because I heard one woman say she'll chew off her legs before she takes a man. Well, I'm like, well,
No.
listen,
Well, I guess you're gonna be alone.
you're gonna be alone. You're gonna be single. Like it's nothing wrong with taking the first shot. If you're a woman, take the first shot. You know, Men like us, we do it all the time, and but I understand that y'all expect that, and that's cool, right? Because that needs to be expected. But sometimes we want to try to holler.
Sometimes open your mouth, say hello, and speak. Okay, y'all are gonna be all loud to be like 7 p.m. Friday. I ain't got no nigga, ain't no nigga. So open your mouth to do something that's gonna benefit you. Okay.
So if you want the book, you can find the book on my website, perfectmatchbook.com. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Barnes and Noble as well as Google Play. So it's out there for you to get. So you have no excuse to go into 2026 single if you purchase this book.
No excuses.
No
That's what
excuses.
we're gonna do. We're gonna keep supporting. We're gonna keep building. We're gonna keep having these conversations. I'm so happy and thrilled and filled with so much gratitude that you would give me some time out of your busy schedule to sit down and give me the game.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, and I hope
no
that we
problem.
can maybe do it again
No problem.
sometime.
Yeah, we can do it
Y'all
again.
buy it, The Perfect Match. Okay. And until next time, I guess I'll see you guys next episode. Signing off. Sit down, hoes. Let me talk to you real quick here on Afrovibes TV.
See you later.